Hi lovely people, welcome to our first episode, our first mukbang channel. Today we are going to cook ramen. So we have ramen kimchi
dan juga
shin ramen.
Shin ramen. Halo khabar semua.
So my name is Emily and this is my brother Swandi. So we have 2 shin ramen and 1 kimchi ramen. So this is whatever that's left. Actually, it's because of the current situation with COVID-19. We aren't going out, so that's the reason why we're doing our first mukbang. So I think the water is boiling.
So kita dah masukkan.
I'm gonna put the kimchi ramen.
Kita ada 3 bungkus di sini.
Some of you guys like to put the spice in there first while the water is boiling. Some of us like to put the noodle first. So I don't know which one are you, but obviously we like to put in the noodle first. So while the noodle is cooking away, okay, other than the ramen, we also have sausages and also kimchi and
Ya, kita ada 2 biji telur.
and 2 eggs. So I think the ramen, the noodle is boiling away now. I'm gonna put the what is this called? The soup base?
The soup base atau perencang ya. Dalam bahasa Melayu perencang.
Roll. And we stir.
Dan juga ada seperti sayur-sayurannya ataupun jadi kita gaulkan sehingga semuanya dimasak dengan betul.
And now we can put in the sausages. I almost forgot about the sausages.
And
I think we're gonna have like a very soggy noodle.
betul ya.
And then I'm gonna put a little bit of the kimchi in there.
Dan kita terus masukkan telur.
I usually break the eggs. Okay, so now we wait for what?
Sosisnya pun dah mengembang. Iya.
it a try.
Jadi oleh kerana adik saya sudah kata jadi saya pun
It's still a bit chewy, so it's good. Okay, so the food is cooked. The ramen is now cooked.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oh. So guys, while we eat, I'm just gonna tell you that the both of us, me and my brother, we are a fan of horror stories. Okay, so we listen to MJ Doblas, we watch horror movies on almost every weekend. If let's say Netflix has got good offers, every single time that horror stories are being offered at the cinema, we will always be the first one to go watch. So yes, with that thought in mind, I think it's nice to have this mukbang with a horror story. What do you think? My brother is sweating like mad. I think I'm sweating like mad too. But the air condition is, we just switched on the air condition, so it's still pretty
walaupun tadi hujan, tapi dia bahang tu terasa.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the story. My story is about. Okay, no, I'm gonna eat first before I tell the story. I always love Shin ramen. If there is no Shin ramen, then I'll go for kimchi ramen.
Satunya maybe ramen ni dari yang dari Korea ni, Shin ramen, dia tidak begitu pedas. Ya.
Or maybe because we are too.
Mungkin juga sebab kita ni orang Melayu, di mana lidah kita dah memang serasi dengan benda yang pedas. Ya.
So maybe this is not that spicy for us. I haven't had ramen, kimchi ramen for a while. Right. Ah. Ow.
Why? Kenapa?
Spill. Spillage. Oops.
Jadi mukbang kami ni, saya akan berbahasa Melayu dan adik saya akan berbahasa Inggeris.
Ramen with kimchi is just like perfect. It's like a harmonious marriage.
Tapi kimchi
Like my parents.
ramen Korea berbeza dengan ramen Jepun ni?
I think for the Korean version, I think it's called ramyeon.
Ya betul.
And
Juga
the Japanese version is called ramen.
ya. And then juga ramen atau ramyeon mereka lebih pada rasa pedas, di mana Jepun dia lebih pada seperti miso dan sebagainya. Jadi untuk yang Jepun punya ada juga yang rasa pedas, tapi yang dibandingkan dengan yang Korea punya lebih banyak rasa pedas daripada yang Jepun.
But I think it's common knowledge that Japanese don't really take like spicy stuff.
Not really, tak sebetulnya, tak semestinya. Mereka ada juga yang pedas.
Yeah, but I don't think they take like really super spicy stuff. Like
Itu betul.
like us, you know, we have our chili padi, our sambal. But I think it's just common knowledge that Japanese they do have wasabi, but I think wasabi is just attacking your nose. Okay, so the first story that I'm gonna tell is about my experience. Just a disclaimer. These are purely our experiences. It's more of unexplained situation and unexplained stuff. It's not. I've never seen a ghost. Okay, just to let you guys know, I have never seen a ghost in my whole entire life, and I pray to Allah that I would never ever see one. It's just that I have experienced mysterious situation, and I kind of like sometimes I doubt myself even. Like I'm like, am I hallucinating or am I imagining things? So these are my experience about when I was working at a certain when I was younger, I was working at a mostly retail store. So this is one of my working experiences. I was really young back then. I think I was about 18.
Yeah.
And then so I was working at this retail store. It's a Japanese retail store, and my section was located at the basement of the shopping mall. And then I was asked by my supervisor, one bite. So I was asked by my supervisor to check stock. So for those who work in retail stores, in retail basically, would know that when you check stock, you just have to see whether the quantity is the same. When you receive goods, the quantity that you receive is the same as the PO, right? So the storeroom is located at the very back of the store, and when you went in the storeroom, to the left is all the handbags. Okay, that's where all of our goods are stored. And then on the right side, it's the generator. For, of course, generator generates electricity, right? So there's a huge generator in that room, and beside the generator, it was a mirror, a very large mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's really large. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's really huge mirror. And then because the storeroom was a little bit messy on the left side, so the goods that came in was placed at the generator room. So I was told by my supervisor to go and check the goods, right? So I went to check, and then while I was checking, I was squatting down while I was doing that. I was squatting down when I was checking the goods, and then I heard an opera lady, like it's an opera song being sang by a Chinese lady, coming from the generator room, which I was in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was counting. I was at the edge. I was very near to the other storeroom. I was at the entrance of the generator room. So I was there counting stocks, and then after that, I heard the lady coming from the back of the generator room. So I was like, how come like someone switch on a radio? So I was like, maybe I should just go to the back and check who is playing this radio. Maybe there is a colleague of mine who was also checking stocks, and then she was there. But when I went back to the back of the generator room, there was no one. There was no one playing any songs, and I was just going round and round. There was nobody in there, just me. But I can hear the opera song being played very clearly. So I ran for my life. I ran out and I was like, supervisor, I'm hearing stuff from the storeroom. And then my supervisor said, okay, then stop checking stock, just be on the floor. Don't be in the generator room anymore. Yeah. So that was my story. What about yours? Do you have any weird stories to share?
Actually, banyak jugalah kan. Di mana saya juga mengalami
We have never seen a
tak
ghost,
pernah nampak,
okay?
kita tak pernah nampak, tetapi mengalami lah. Di mana satu hari tu keluarga saya ni memang suka memberi kasih makan kucing di luar. Jadi pada satu hari tu, apabila hendak kasih makan kucing di satu tempat ni, rasanya macam agak pelik pada malam tu, sebab rasanya macam lain daripada malam-malam yang lain yang kita datang kasih makan kucing. Jadi bila saya sampai di tempat tu, saya kasih makan kucing seperti biasa. Tetapi sebelum kucing tu datang pada saya untuk menerima makanan-makanan yang saya beri, dia asyik tertoleh-toleh ke belakang, jalan lagi menghadap ke saya, kemudian dia tertoleh lagi. Jadi saya rasa macam pelik. Jadi saya tengok betul-betul tempat yang saya kasih makan tu, suasananya begitu macam muram dan agak seram pada malam tu. Berbeza sangat daripada malam-malam yang lain. Jadi bila saya panggil kucing tu untuk datang ke saya lagi, dia seperti macam ragu-ragu bukan kerana dia takutkan saya, bukan tempat saya tau. Dia ragu-ragu macam seolah macam dia tu pasal dia tertoleh-toleh ke belakang, jadi pasal dia macam takut, seolah macam dia takut dengan di tempat daerah situ. Padahal
the environment.
Yes. Padahal tu tempat dia tu memang tempat dia sendiri, di mana dia selalu berada di situ. Jadi nak dia jadikan cerita ataupun pada malam tu, bila saya nak kasih makan kucing tu, berhadapan saya ataupun belakang kucing ni ataupun tempat yang kucing ni berada seperti sebuah sekolah. Jadi sekolah tu, dia bila malam memang tak ada orang kan, tak ada orang sekolah. Pengawal di situ akan matikan lampu semua di situ. Dia agak gelap lah, ya. Pada yang peliknya pada malam tu, yang saya nak kasih makan kucing tu, salah satu classroom tu ataupun bilik darjah tu, dia lampu dia tu macam dia hidupkan, tapi begitu macam malap. Dia tak begitu terang seperti macam kita kalau pergi ada kelas ataupun orang ada di dalamnya kan. Jadi dia lampu dia macam malap. So jadi bila saya perhatikan betul-betul di dalam tu, seperti ada bayangan
Gurauan.
bayangan yang macam saya rasa saya tak pernah nampak dalam hidup saya. Saya mula ingatkan patung.
Can you describe a bit?
Okey, sebelah. Pada mulanya saya ingatkan patung. Jadi bila saya
It's humanly figure lah.
macam manusia gitu. Jadi bila saya perhatikan betul-betul, ia adalah seperti Tapi ialah memang saya tak tahu itu patung ataupun makhluk halus, ya. Kerana benda tu dia berpakaian putih.
Okay.
Dia berpakaian putih tetapi dia tidak memandang pada saya.
Apa?
Dia memandang pada tembok ataupun memandang ke arah bertentangan lah. Dia tak memandang pada saya. Jadi saya tak tahu itu benda tu adalah makhluk halus ataupun patung. Sebab itu dia dalam kelas kan. Dia diajar. Mungkin juga sebelum tu dia ada patung itu digunakan untuk diberi kepada pelajar-pelajarnya kan.
Yeah.
Jadi kita tak tahu. Jadi agak seram. Pasalnya kerana selain daripada apa yang saya nampak, saya rasa macam rumah saya macam tenai gitu, macam merinding. Macam merinding lah masa saya tu. Sebentar lah, merinding lah. Jadi oleh kerana itu pun macam pasal apa, kucing itu pun juga macam tertoleh-toleh. Jadi macam kucing itu macam tak sama macam hari-hari yang lain. Dan kucing itu tahu yang berada pada malam tu macam sangat berbeza sekali. Itulah pengalaman saya. Sebab saya pun tidak begitu pasti benda tu adalah makhluk halus ataupun hanya anak patung yang diletakkan di situ kan.
I have another story. The story is very much related to my first story. It's a separate story, but it's the same company that I was working for. It's undeniable that once you experience mysterious experiences, it doesn't mean that you don't have to check stock again in the future. So the next round, I was also asked to check stock at the same storeroom, at the same generator room. So this time around, I was asked by my manager to check stock because fresh goods, not fresh goods, fresh stock. Not fresh stock. New goods just came in, and we are asked to, check these stocks. So I went in to check stock, and when I went in at the back of the generator room, it feels like someone's there because you can hear someone doing stuff, right? So I that day there's a lot of stocks that came in. I think there was a few cartons lah, and then so there's no place to put all these cartons, so it lined up till the back of the generator room. So I was like, when I hear people scuffling stuff, running through stuff, so I was like thinking, hey, someone else in here. So it's fun to work with someone instead of just by yourself. So I went to the back of the generator room. I was like, hey, supervisor. I saw my supervisor there. She was squatting down, while I was saying something. She wasn't even looking at me. Okay, so I was like, hey, supervisor, you also check stock ah? So she said,
And then she,
yeah.
Okay.
So she, and then she continued. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's fun lah, right? To be with someone in the storeroom instead of just by myself. So I was just doing my stuff, and then I don't hear, like you when you are working with someone, you tend to have a conversation, right? So I started a conversation. I was talking, and then there was no response. And then I stopped for a while. I was like, where is the supervisor? Like, how come I don't hear the same running through stuff anymore? I don't hear any noise coming from the back of the generator room anymore. So I was like, mind you, I was actually, my back is facing the entrance of the storeroom. Okay, so I don't know whether anyone went out of the storeroom or not, but I can feel if someone, because it's a very narrow walkway. Yeah. So I can feel when someone walk past by me, but I cannot see them. So I was like, hey, supervisor went out, is it? But I didn't feel anything. Was I too engrossed with my work that I didn't hear or I didn't feel that she walked past by me? So I went to the back of the generator room and I checked again. no one was there. The curtains was not even open.
Oh,
Yeah.
alamak.
Yeah. So I was like, holy cow. So I went out. I ran out of, not just, I didn't even went out. I just ran out. I was like, supervisor, you were in there with me earlier on, right? Did you just get out? She was at the cashier. When I ran out, I saw her at the cashier. So I ran out and then I saw her and then I was like, supervisor, did you just walk out from the storeroom? And then she's like, no, I have been at the cashier all along. So I was like, but I was talking to you at the generator room. And then she was like, no, I have been doing cashier duty from since she started her shift. So I was like, oh, crap. Who was in there talking to me? So I was like, I told her what happened, and she's like, you know, the shit feeling is like when, you know, the previous thing happened before, right? So you get off of the check stop duty, and then the second thing happened, and then you tell this person the same story, similar story, and then this person will be thinking like, are you trying to get yourself out from doing something that you are tasked to do? You know? So I feel like crap at that time. But I told her the story and she's like, okay, stop it. Stop. Not stop, like, she didn't think that I was telling a lie, but she was just like, okay, stop doing whatever that you're doing in the storeroom. We will just go in and check it together later. Yeah.
Ya, tu nampaknya mana supervisor dia tu memang orang yang baik lah. Jadi dia tak dia kata orang tu macam dia nak menolong adik lah kan, lepas tak apa yang terjadi kan. Tapi yang pentingnya dia tu percaya dengan apa yang adik ceritakan. Jadi dia mungkin
But it's a possibility that people experience.
Ya, mungkin juga dia juga ada pernah terasa ataupun mengalami yang benda yang sama. Jadi sebab tu dia hendak atau menerima apa yang adik ceritakan kepada dia lah, kan?
Yeah. But I'm not gonna say what company is this or which company or which location that this retail store is at. You just have to find it out yourself.
Ya, jadi kami akan bercerita pengalaman kami itu. Kami tidak akan memberitahu anda di mana, lokasinya di mana, ataupun company kami bekerja, ataupun pengalaman kita rasalah kan, ataupun lalui. Jadi okey, pengalaman saya yang kedua pula, yang cerita yang kedua saya ni, di mana saya dulu menjalani perkhidmatan negara, di mana kalau anda semua tahu, orang Singapura harus menjalani perkhidmatan negara pada umur sekian-sekian, ataupun senang cakap 18 ke atas lah, ataupun sebelum anda melanjutkan apa?
Balik.
melanjutkan pelajaran ke universiti atau seterusnya. Jadi anda tu harus dipanggil untuk menjalani perkhidmatan negara. Baik, jadi saya tu di satu tempat di mana pesalah-pesalah perkhidmatan negara yang menjalani perkhidmatan negara akan ditempatkan seperti jail juga di luar, di mana yang ada polis kan. Jadi kami ni bahagian perkhidmatan negara lah.
So do they have jail inside?
Ya, ada. Semuanya lengkap. Sama seperti jail-jail yang anda lihat atau anda ketahui di luar sana lah. Ya. Jadi pada salah satu hari yang saya sedang bekerja, jadi saya punya officer ni dia menyuruh kami untuk mengambil bangku-bangku yang mana tak dipakai bahagian atas, tingkat atas, yang di mana tak dipakai untuk kesalahan-kesalahan lah, ya. Jadi
they're not using it lah.
Ya, jadi diorang tak pakai tempat ni. Jadi kami kena naik atas untuk ambil bangku-bangku yang di mana masih boleh dipakai untuk kata orang tu macam untuk orang-orang lain yang akan datang melawati anak-anak mereka lah. Jadi bila kami ambil tu, yang datang tu, yang pergi untuk mengambil kursi tu hanya tak silap saya cuma 3-4 orang, termasuk saya 4 orang. Jadi kami naik tu bila dah naik atas tingkat 6 ke 7 tak salah saya dah lupa. Jadi bila kami dah ambil tu kursi tu, kami harus, dia seperti koridor kan. Jadi kita harus daripada satu koridor tu kena ambil kursi daripada setiap bilik lah jadi ke hujung yang lagi satu lah. Jadi dalam pada kita hendak menghala ke hujung yang lagi satu tu, setiap bilik tu yang kami lalui tu, pintu tu akan tertutup sendiri. Sedangkan kalau nak cakap betul-betul. Jadi kalau nak cakap angin, pintu semua akan tutup secara serentak. Kan? Ini tidak. Ini setiap orang yang terakhir, iaitu saya yang terakhir, pintu tu akan tertutup, dihempas. Tam.
So it's like in the movies.
Macam movie, betul macam movie. Jadi saya macam, okey, apa ni? Saya dengan kawan-kawan saya, okey, yang depan saya cakap dia, tolong jangan cepat sikit. Cakap yang besar sikit. Okey, kenapa yang pintu semua salah satu semua tutup dengan sendirinya yang itu. Okey. Ya, jadi cuma kalau kabut dah semua dah takut. Semua kalau kabut dia. Pasal kita tahu di tingkat yang kami ambil kursi itu ataupun yang tingkat yang ke atas semua tu tidak dipakai oleh sesiapa pun. Pasal tidak dibenarkan. Pasal apa? Kita untuk keselamatan kan.
Yeah.
Di mana di bawah tu pesalah-pesalah. Jadi mungkin kalau orang atas pakai, kita adakan orang di atas, jadi mungkin itu boleh campak sesuatu untuk kawan dia di bawah. Jadi ini semua untuk ciri-ciri keselamatan lah. Jadi untuk pemahaman awak semua. Jadi bila kita tahu tak ada orang di atas, cuma kita 3-4 orang, cuba awak bayangkan, setiap kita jalan tu, pintu tu akan dihempas. Cuba bayangkan, apa perasaan awak walaupun itu siang hari tu. Jadi pemikiran kita pun dah tahu yang dimana kalau angin tu kalau tiup, mesti pintu akan tutup secara semuanya serentak kan, pasal angin kan. Tapi ini tidak. Ini setiap kali yang kita lalui, di mana saya orang terakhir, pintu akan tutup. Jadi lah, nampak tu amat agak menyeramkan.
So what happens after that? Did you
kita
tell your officer?
Okay. Kita tidak bilang officer. Pasal apa ni? Kalau kita bilang officer pun, officer takkan percaya. Pasal benda-benda gini macam officer takkan percaya, melainkan ia punya berlaku di depan mata mereka sendiri.
Right.
Episod akan datang saya akan ceritakan lagi di mana saya ada memberitahu officer, tetapi officer mungkin dia pun dah tahu. Jadi dia macam tak kisahlah. Okay, tapi itu nanti saya akan ceritakan lagi di episod akan datang.
Okay, so since now we are done with, we're just left with a little bit, we're gonna finish it up later. So we'll see you in the next episode, hopefully, inshallah. See you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.